बरतानिया और यूरोप में हलाल फूड्स के हवाले से मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी के लिए काफी मसाइल दरपेश हैं, जिसके पेश नजर बर्मिंघम सिटी सेंटर डेगबिथ एरिना में अवामुल नास में शऊर उजागर करने के लिए ब्रिटिश हलाल फूड्स फेस्टिवल का इनेकाद किया गया, जहां बरतानिया भर की फूड्स कंपनियों ने अपने स्टॉल्स लगाकर शुरका को अपनी प्रोडक्ट से मुतारिफ कराया। इस दौरान ब्रिटिश पाकिस्तानी नौजवान अबू मूसा ने बाबा जानी के नाम से पाकिस्तानी फूड टेस्ट मुतारिफ करवाया, जहां फूड्स का जायका चेक करने के लिए लंबी
and alhamdulillah it's very successful. The purpose of my visit was, one, I was part of the organization of this beautiful event.
बर्मिंघम में अपनी नौयत के पहले और मुनफरिद ब्रिटिश हलाल फूड फेस्टिवल का इनेकाद किया गया, जिसमें एशियाई खानों के अलावा दीगर मुख्तलिफ किस्म के खाने भी मुतारिफ करवाए गए। फेस्टिवल में खाना खाने वाले भी तारीफ किए बगैर रह न सके और आइंदा भी ऐसे फेस्टिवल के इनेकाद का मुतालबा कर दिया।
बर्मिंघम में ब्रिटिश हलाल फूड फेस्टिवल का इनेकाद किया गया, जिसमें बरतानिया भर से मुख्तलिफ कम्युनिटीज की खातिनों हजरात ने कसीर तादाद में शिरकत की।
इस मौके पर हलाल फूड्स के बारे में सेमिनार भी हुआ। मजीद तफसीलात आबिद काज़मी की रिपोर्ट में।
To an event like this before, so it's really good.
We attended, and so far so good.
And what they want is they want more offerings, more ranges, which we're going to look at and hopefully do going in the future. And I'm sure you've tried our products as well and had very positive feedback from yourself as well.
इतनी अच्छी अच्छी खुशबुएं आ रही हैं, मेरा ख्याल लोग यहाँ पे काफी enjoy कर रहे हैं।
Very nice. The food's very authentic. Yeah.
All these Muslim people are coming together to share the love of halal food, and I'm loving all the halal food we have here today.
They're nice, for it to be halal. It's difficult to find places where the whole community can come together and enjoy themselves and have some food. And the food's really good quality as well. So
events like this shows that there's a lot of positive from this community. There's a lot of smell. There's a smell of future in the air here.
दियारे गैर में ऐसे इवेंट्स के इनेकाद से मुख्तलिफ कम्युनिटीज को एक दूसरे के रवायती खानों और कल्चर्स के बारे में भी समझने का मौका मिलता है।
बर्मिंघम में ब्रिटिश हलाल फूड फेस्टिवल, बरतानिया भर से मुख्तलिफ कम्युनिटीज की खवातीनों हजरात की शिरकत। ब्रिटिश पाकिस्तानी नौजवान मौसीकी फूड टेस्ट बाबा जानी शुरका को भा गई।
And that yet your association doesn't what you call bring to the highlight that these abattoirs or these what you call poultry farms or whatever are actually serving us with misinformation and a wrong product. Is it true?
Okay, firstly, I'd like to say that I do not work with anybody who is inhumane to an animal. Second point here is that the people that I work for, they are Christians. They are giving us authentic halal to the Muslim community. The Muslims are not giving us halal to the Muslim community in the poultry industry. There's 100% non-stun abattoir which is HMC approved and one which is non-HMC. Both are doing halal. One is a Muslim, one is a non-Muslim, a Christian. Now what I'm saying here is, shame on us Muslims that a non-Muslim, a Christian has to look at the community and say, you need this for your dietary requirements. So basically these people are supplying us halal, which is non-stunned. With regards to stunning, if you stun an animal prior to slaughter, one, it could die. There's a very high percentage of dying. There's about 95% to 99% chance of it dying. If it doesn't die, there's something called salt and pepper hemorrhaging, where blood in the veins will rupture.
Yes.
And also dangerous toxins released into the body. If the heart is not pumping and the heart has collapsed and died, how do you expect all these dangerous
blood to outflow,
all these toxins to flow out the body? Inevitably, the Muslim and the non-Muslim are consuming this. This has been prohibited, and this is why when we go back to Adam alayhi salam, to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we see the method of slaughter has always been one way.
Yes, but that's beautiful words for you to utter and say.
Yeah.
But in practice, Abu Isa, right, you are holding some position where you claim that you have the right information, and yet you are not passing us to us. Us by us, I mean the Muslim community at large, that where the chicken, the beef, the lamb we buy is halal and where it is not. If we don't know and all we go to the Muslim butcher or even to a supermarket and we see a halal label there, we invariably, unknowingly, right, go and consume things which are, astaghfirullah, not halal.
I will say the word halal, it now carries a big question mark. As my listeners, my dear listeners will be watching, my dear viewers will be watching, I would say to them, question mark, big question mark on halal. Henceforth, when you go to purchase halal meat and chicken, don't ask if it's halal. You're asking the wrong question, because Muslims are confused.com. They do not understand what is halal and what is non-halal. Ask them, is this stunned or is this non-stunned? You will find out which is halal or not. According to me, anything which is stunned is haram, because from the Sunnah we do not see this. This is an innovation. There's many evidences to prove from an Islamic point of view, which we probably do not have time to go into, why I would refer to this as being haram. Secondly, we have been working tirelessly for 3-4 years. Answer, Brother Salim, prior to being the spokesman for Answer, I have tirelessly done 3 or 4 years on radio in Birmingham. I've been on TV regularly. We've sat only a few weeks ago in the House of Lords discussing this issue where mass media were present. Brother Muhammad Salim spoke very deeply on this issue and very emotionally on this, that us Muslims are consuming contaminated chicken, poultry, meat, and yet we have no bother. This affects our ibadah, this affects our deen, this affects our lives, but we have no concern. We say in Ramadan you're consuming haram or meat that is contaminated, and we have no concern.
Yes, and we said, you ask the butcher, is it non-stunned? Then you decide. Don't argue. The butcher's relationship with you is not of the Muslim as he claims to be, but it is of a piece of paper that has the Queen's photograph on it. You walk away, the butcher will have no choice but to provide you what you're asking for.
But when we go to the butcher shop, when go to the poultry shop, and we ask for halal, all he says is...
Sahab, you're asking the wrong question. You should ask stunned or non-stunned.
All he says, well, I don't know. I am supplied by my supplier who says it is halal.
Dr. Sahab, if he says, I don't know, you walk away because he knows exactly what he's selling you.
Can I answer this question? But living in Birmingham, it's more easier to find halal than anywhere else in the UK, because I made hijrah to Birmingham from outside, from up north in Manchester, because halal was vague, halal wasn't unavailable, and I'd realized, wait a minute, this halal word is the most abused word. Moving to Birmingham, we have about 4 or 5 abattoirs which are non-stunned, part of the Answer members. We need to ask the slaughterhouse, sorry, not the slaughterhouse. Well, yes, you can ask the slaughterhouse actually, who do you supply to? Give me a list of people you supply to. The red meat. Now we ask the poultry suppliers, who do you supply to? We know there's a shop here that does 100% non-stunned. Then we ask the shopkeepers, are you not buying from any third parties? Are these 2 your slaughterhouses? And which ones do you buy from? They cannot act dumbstruck because they have to declare this to you because you're a consumer. 2, the point I want to go back to is Holland. Did you mention Holland?
Yes, I mentioned Holland.
A chicken run, 2003, where Panorama and the Food Standards Agency exposed to the Muslims and the UK people that you Muslims are consuming pig in your chicken. thousands of tons of chicken were destined to the UK on a weekly basis. Going forward, last year, pig in pasties destined for the prison service. Pig sausages in Westminster schools. Pig in school meals in Birmingham. Pig in chicken burgers in Birmingham. Now we have the latest scandal in Birmingham, in Leicester. So we have 10 years Mubarak to the Muslims. 10 years you sat idle, eating haram, khanzir, and this is the state you are at. And then you say to Allah, Ya Allah, make my ulad nek. Make my ulad, make my...
Let me just take a call on this very issue. Assalamu alaikum.
MashaAllah, you've got a very good topic which every Muslim should be interested in. I was just hearing this program just now. I came inside. I think there should be a similar association like HMC or other, which should only have the listed non-stud providers. Then it will be more easier for the Muslim community to go to those particular butchers which have a sign of that particular organization which deals with non-stud halal meat only, Because usually an ordinary person will go and he will see a kalma on the shop, or he will see some something in Arabic or ayah, and he'll ask, is halal? Or sometimes they even don't ask because they think, it's Allah, Muhammad is inside, so it's automatically halal. So I think the association like our brothers over here, they should provide a certificate or something which says non-stand authorized, And then I think the people who go there automatically, they would know what to choose for,
Exactly. I'm glad that you have raised this question, and let me raise this to our two young brothers over here and see if they can provide that solution to the Muslim community, which is very anxiously, those watching this program and those not, are very worried that what we eat may not be what we think we eat.
And this is what I've been saying for the last 3-4 years. Brothers, sisters, be careful what you eat. Be careful what you eat.
Yes, but can you provide us a list of abattoirs and a list of butchers certified where we can find those products?
Firstly, you go to the Answer website. You will find the locals. I'm talking about Birmingham in particular here. You will find that the local supply chain to the butchers is non-stun. But we are having some Habis people also importing from the other areas into Birmingham as well. Now this is contaminating the Birmingham region. We have the onus to ask this butcher, who is your supplier? And to be honest with you, nobody will deny who their suppliers are. You can only go as far as asking and doing your own research. There's a handful of trustable butchers in Birmingham. The rest of them are thieves.
Yes, but Birmingham doesn't make the whole of England.
No, of course not.
Right? And the concern is for the rest of the place.